Hey guys, I'm Lauren Brantley. If you don't know me, I am the creator of graphic design for interior designers. And you are probably here from the Facebook group, obviously, because this is going to be a Facebook group only video. And today we're going to go over the bare bones of Canva. And it's not going to be a very long demonstration, but it's going to be a real simple one. And so hopefully it'll be quick today. And if you miss it, that's okay. You're going to be watching the recording. And there's going to be more, which I'm going to go over after our demonstration. And then we'll get started. So let me share my screen. Let's see. Go ahead and share the entire desktop here. Okay. Canva Basics. And here's a little bit about me. My name is Lauren Brantley. Like I said, I've been a DVA, which, if you don't know what that is, that's a designer virtual assistant, and e-designer for a little over 5 years. And I hold a bachelor's degree in interior design and a master's degree in visual communication. And my passion is to help designers visually present their designs effectively. And that is what my whole brand is about, graphic design for interiors. And also I have Lauren Ashley Design, which is my business, and where we help designers through renderings and everything else. And so that's just my whole life. My whole life is presentations. So next. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through how to create a Canva account if you haven't already. I know sometimes if you come over from Etsy, you feel a little bit overwhelmed getting started with Canva. So we're going to go through that, and we're going to go through the tools within Canva, just a whole overview of the tools, and just basics of how to get started. And then we'll talk about what's coming up next. So let's go into Canva here. Let's see. Okay, so when you first open up Canva, and I'll put in the comments of the class when you watch the recording of how to get to Canva if you don't know, you'll be presented with this screen, and there's various options of how to log in. You can log in with Google, log in with Facebook, or if you're on an Apple product, an Apple Mac, or any type of, even the phone device, they have an app that you can use. And I'll probably do a mobile video later on with that if you're interested. You can log in with your uh, Apple login, which is nice because it's real safe that way. But today we're going to log in using Google because that is my free account that I have, and we're going to go over the free account. So we'll be going over the pro later. But then once you open up your free account, you'll be presented with this screen. And this screen has suggestions on what you need to design, which is up here. And then it'll have your designs, which is the designs that you have to design yourself, your personal inventory. But it's a good idea to get started up here. Like if you're just getting started and you don't have any type of graphic design training, like if you haven't took any of my courses or any other type of training with graphic design or any type of typography classes or anything, it's good to get started with these right here, these templates, and those will do good for you to get started. So that's where you'll see those. And they have presentations, social media, anything you'd like. And then over here on the left side of your bar, you'll see a number of different options. You'll have all your designs. That's another place where you'll see all the designs, all the inventory of the designs that you've created. And you'll also see designs that's been shared with you there. But there is also another separate portion that will say shared with you. Now, by shared with you, this is where you'll find templates that have been shared with you. So, like, if you're coming from my Etsy store, anything that's been shared with you via that link that you get, this is where you'll find those. If they get lost, like if you get really design happy and you have so many designs or so many iterations of designs that you just really want to do, and you're like, where did that template go? That's where this is. The template's right here and shared with you. And then you'll see brand kits. Brand kit's not available for the free account, but we'll go over that for the pro account. This is one of the upgrades for the pro account and why I recommend sometimes getting the pro account if you're interested, because you can upload your logos, your colors, and fonts, and all that, and really make it easier for you to design. And content planner, that's another thing that is a pro situation. I don't use that as much in my pro account. And then creating a team is where when you name your business, you can also, it's like up to, I think it's 3 people you can add. I think it is. That maybe, yeah, I think it's 3 people you can add. And you can add them to your account, and that way they can edit back and forth. And Canva actually has live edit now. So if you're familiar with like Google Doc, you can actually do it live with your team member. So if you have a remote team member, they can edit with you. So you can edit together, even though you're not together. So that's really nice to have. And then folders is all the designs, but you can break them out into folders and organize. So if you're a really organized person, some of us are. I'm not quite so much, to be honest with you, when it comes to things like this. I am on my desktop, but when it comes to Canva, I just put everything in the all your designs folder and just move on. But you can create folders for designs, and you'll create a new folder, and you can name it, like I have biz cards here, but you can name it anything. You can put presentations, like or just prez or whatever, and you can then share it with your team members and create folder. I've used all. You do get one. You only get one folder for the free account. So I would have to delete this and delete everything that's containing. But anyways, so you get one folder for the free account, and then you get however many folders you want with the pro account. But it's a really useful tool if you want to create another section of items that you need. And if you ever delete something accidentally, just go to this little section right here, trash, and you'll find it. Because I do that. I don't know about anybody else, but I do that. And so let's see here. So up here, the top toolbar, let's go back to the home. You'll see all the templates that they have, and there is so many, you wouldn't believe. I mean, there's stuff, honestly, I never use, and it's because Canva's not just for interior designers. Canva's for all creatives, so they have all kinds of things. I mean, they have teacher stuff, all kinds of things on here. But it's cool because they have logos, business cards, invoices, all kinds of things on here that you can use. That's geared towards different brands. And if you find one that matches your brand, I encourage you to use it. I know some graphic designers are like, ew, don't use your templates. But you know what's fun about templates? Like, I sell templates, and I'll be honest, what's fun about templates is I sell them to you, and then there's free ones on here that you can use, and you can take that template, and it gives you like an inspiration to start and have a starting point to where you can cultivate a brand off of that. So that's really how I encourage people to use templates, not necessarily just use it and use it as it is, but customize it and use it for what your brand is. Don't just uh, take off with it. And then over here is where you'll find all the links to learn more about each feature. And then these are like their school. And sometimes if you're having a little trouble, sometimes that's helpful. Personally, I don't find it so much helpful all the time because Canva's Canva's like customer service and stuff is awful. I'm just going to tell you, it is. But sometimes you have to reach out to them, and it is what it is. And then this is the pricing tiers that they have. You'll never need anything more than Pro if you ever feel like you do need Pro, Enterprise, and all that. Unless you have like this huge interior design firm, you will never need anything more than Pro. So now that we went over everything on here, now let's talk about when it comes to creating the design. When you hit create design, you'll see a number of different options pop up. But the key is not to like scroll through here endlessly. What you want to do is you want to search like what you want to do, like what is that you want to do today. You want to create an Instagram post. Usually that's on the top, but Pinterest pin, Facebook post, what have you. All you have to do is search. And so create a Pinterest pin. They have two different sizes now, but what you'll want to do is this one, 1080 by 1920. And now we have our blank document, and we have all the templates show up over here. And I want to go over, first, I want to go over the documents page, and then we'll go over each of the tabs over there. And so when you're looking at the blank document, you see there is a duplicate, it's like a duplicate page. There's 2-page icon there. That's how you duplicate the page. And then the add page, it seems like they do the same thing because we don't have nothing on it. Let me add something real quick. But when you duplicate the page, it duplicates everything that you had on that page. And that becomes really handy when you're creating things like presentations and even Pinterest pins, like when you're wanting to create a bunch of the same exact look. And then you can create a new page. And then over here on your top toolbar, these options are important. I had these on automatically, but they won't come on your, when you see your screen, it'll look like this. But when you click File up here and click Show Rulers, you'll want that on because it doesn't automatically come on for a new account, but you'll want it on because this is very similar to how Photoshop, Illustrator, and all that has their editing screen. And it'll allow you to create like guides. So you can click and drag to a point where you want the guide to be. And Canva automatically creates like click and point guides to where things will snap to. But these are just to add to that. So like if you want a guide at the 200th margin, you can make it right there. And then let's say we want one right there. Let's see. To match it. That way we know, we want to put like a square or something in between those two margins. then we can do it and not worry about it being uneven. Okay. Now we can drag this up and see it's going to automatically snap to that. See? And then you can, if you want to create like a fun design, like something almost mid-century looking, you can keep dragging that over. And snapping it to it. But that went a little bit off topic. I do that sometimes, you'll notice. Okay. But, so that's how them guides work. And then you can also show the margins, which will show you, like if you're creating like a invitation of some kind, it'll show you where the print margins are. And also, there's the print bleed. And we have our save. Canva automatically saves. Canva automatically saves every like 5 to 10 seconds. But sometimes if your internet's not as good, things like that, you'll need to save it. And then you can save it to a folder like we talked about earlier. You create folders. And resolved comments is for like what I talked about, where your team members can communicate to you. And I'll show you how to add a comment in a minute. But they can communicate you back and forth with comments similar to Google Drive and things like that. And then you can also make a copy and download it from here. But the easiest way to download it is over here in the toolbar. And we're going to go over download options and things like that in a later video. But just a simple download method we'll go over today. But how you would add a comment for your team member or anybody you're sharing this with is you'll just simply click on the page and add the comment and be like, hi, comment, and there it is. And it shows your name and everything, the user's name. And so next, let's talk about our tabs over here. And so here is the template tab, and it'll have a search bar. And so you can search home, and then it'll show you everything that has to do with design, home, interior design. And some of these are pro, a lot of them are pro, and you can filter them by clicking this filter button right here. All the search and the filter sections on each tab work the same as that way. And you can filter them by color, anything like that. A lot of them are free. There's a lot of free options here, like this one right here. And you just drag it. You literally just drag it. And if you drag it over something you already designed, it is going to replace it. So you want to keep that in mind. You won't be able to recover it from the free version at all. And so you want to keep that in mind when you're working in the free, that you will not be able to recover that. Unless you keep hitting undo. But that's kind of tedious. So we don't really want to do that. And we also have elements. And this is where you'll find all the graphics and everything within photos, videos. The possibilities are endless when you look at this. Within Canva, I use the lines and shapes a lot to create my own graphics. And they also have some really amazing photos that you can use. Like here, you'll see that's an example of one of their free images that they have. And so if you're a new designer and don't have a lot of photography or anything like that, you can use these photos. The ones that say free, you can use them. I don't ever recommend using a lot of other photography that's not your own work, but these are free to use, and you can use them. But all you have to do is search right here, search home decor, and then you'll use the filter button like before, and you can click if it's animated. There's a lot of animated vectors in here, and you'll click static or animated, and the orientation of the photo, whichever you want. It depends on what you're creating. We all know that. It depends on if we're creating an Instagram post, we might want a square photo, might want a vertical photo for a Pinterest pin. It depends on. And they also have color. I just usually scroll through here, and you can also filter through here photos, graphics, what have you. And they have several free options, and then you just drag. Everything is just drag and drop. You just drag it, drop it. It's lovely. And then there's graphics, and you can look up line, like if you want an extra line or even plants. I like to add plants to mine. And then when I just added this, but I want to make it larger. And so, see, when I hover over that little corner there, it has like an enlarge arrow. So I can enlarge it. And then when I click on it, it lets me move it. And then I just drag it around. And then now that I've clicked on that, I want to change the transparency, but we'll do that in a minute because I don't want to move off track again. And so we'll move on to the next tab, which is uploads. Uploads is when you can upload any of your own images and add them to the graphic that you're creating. And I've uploaded several here already in this account. Let's see here. Let me see. Which one do I want? Let's do this one. No. Let's just do this one. We'll do that. Okay. So I drew. All you have to do is click upload a device, and you can also upload from any of those socials. And then let me see. I don't know. Okay. We'll go with the one I already have. And then once you upload it, you can actually double click it, and then do the same thing that you did with the vector before. So it's anytime you want to resize anything, you just click the little tab on the side and increase the size of it, and then move it. And there we go. And then we have text. And this is going to be your heading, your subheading, and your body text. And I change the size of these all the time. It's no worry about the size because when you click on it and it comes in, it's huge. And you might not want it that size. I mean, who knows? But we're going to go over how to change the size of those on a later, I think it's next week's. But that's all you have to do to bring these in is click on them, and then you can bring them in and move them around just like other items. Okay. And then you have more, and this is when you can bring in they have different styles that help you. They're like themes, very similar to like Adobe themes if you're familiar with that. And I talk about Adobe themes a lot in my graphic design course that I have. That's in the description of the Facebook group. But they have a very similar aspect here when it comes to the styles. And then they have videos. You can also have videos to your designs, backgrounds, and all that. We're not going to go over that today. We'll go over all of that stuff more in like an advanced course. But let's go back to what we're creating here, so that way we can talk about the tools that pop up when you're clicking certain elements. So like when I click on a graphic that I brought in, you'll see I can change the color just by clicking, or I can also insert a hex code and change the color, whichever I wish. And I actually have, if I want to change it to that exact color of this is just a fun little tidbit I'll throw in. If I want to change this to the same exact color as that eucalyptus, I actually have a little eyedropper tool on Chrome that I can use that'll pick up the eucalyptus color. And I can come over here to Canva and click that. It's not working right now. It's stuck. No, it's stuck for some reason. There we go. There we go. All right, and then we've changed that, and now all that matches and it looks good. So now that we've changed the color, what we want to do is look at these other options. We have crop. Crop is when you can like cut out certain elements of it. We don't really want to do that right now. And flip. I use flip sometimes. Flip is when you'll flip it horizontal, flip it vertically. And you can also animate it. This is good for when you're creating a video, reel, or anything like that. So when you click animate, they have different animations for each element. And you can see these up on the top are free. And then they have page animations, which will make the whole page do that. And that's a really simple way to create a reel, a movie for your Facebook page or anything like that. That's a really simple way to do that. Doesn't take much effort at all. You just click the button. You've done created your graphic, and you just click the button. And so, as you can see, it looks really cool, and it's a really simple way to do that. So I highly encourage y'all to look into all that and play around with it. And then we have position, which will change where it's positioned in the document. Kind of like PowerPoint, things like that. It's very similar in how it works. And then we have copy style. This is used for text more, so we'll go over that with that because I don't really know why I don't know why they actually really put that with the images and graphics, because you can't really copy the style of the image and the graphics. But anyways, then we have transparency. We are going to use that for this, and the reason I use that for this is because it creates like a really cool look to have it almost like a shadow in the background with the eucalyptus. I like leaves to look that way sometimes on certain. And so you move it to the back. And let's see. And on images, when you click them, you can click edit image. And some of these options are for pro accounts, but you can actually adjust the brightness, contrast, saturation, things like that. You can do a smart mockup. Smart mockups are like if you're presenting don't see anybody using a phone, but a computer might be cool for like an e-design or things like that. The front page of an e-design, things. It literally creates a mock-up of your image, and so we won't display that today, but it's a fun tool to use sometimes. And then filters, I use these. I use the Nordic filter a lot, and then you can use the black and white one. Some of these are a little bit much, like that. It's a little much. But you can also change the intensity of them. So, and then you can also animate your photos, just the photos. And the same goes there. And you can also, if you're going to be downloading this as a website or a PDF or anything that will accept a link, you can add a link to your photo, which will enable the user to go shop or go whatever you want them to do, go pay an invoice, anything. There's a lot to do there. And I'm going to in my class, in my course that's going to be happening, that I'm going to be announcing in a few minutes. It's going to include how to do all that. So that's going to be exciting. But now let's talk about how to share and download this document. So once we get everything together and it looks real pretty, what you want to do is you want to share. If you have a teammate, you want to click share, and you can click the edit button and copy it. And when they get that link, they're going to be able to edit it however they wish, as long as they have a Canva account. It don't matter what kind, free, pro, whatever, they can edit it. And they can also watch it like a movie or view it. Sometimes it'll say view. So it's watch or view, however. And so if you just want to present it to people, just copy the link. And use as a template is not available to free accounts. So those are your two options, and they're great options. They're very good for your team to use. And so then you can also hit download. It's going to suggest for you to download this pen as a MP4, which is fine if you want to create one of them idea pens. So that would be fine. But if you want to create a regular pen, you can use it as a PNG, JPEG, and that's what I would suggest. But if you don't animate it, I would not do it as an MP4. And then we'll go over other download options next time, and another time we're together. Let me stop my share so I can share the rest of my slides here. Let me see. All right. I'm sorry, Mom. Baby's been in the background. She's so cute. She's like just on the verge of talking. And she's so funny. Okay. So coming up next in our Canva time is going to be lesson 2. It is fonts, colors, and branding inside Canva. So we're going to talk about all the fonts and the colors and the branding that you can do within Canva. And then lesson 3 is going to be a basic logo. We're going to talk about how to do a logo within Canva. And then lesson 4, we're going to talk about Canva Pro, what the benefits are. We talked about that a little bit today, but we're going to look at my Canva Pro account, and we're going to talk about actually why anybody should get a Canva Pro account as a designer and what the benefits of that is. And there are several. And I want to thank you guys for joining me today. And let's see. Next. All right. Coming in 2022, because that's coming up, I will will be creating a Canva course dedicated to interior designers. And so this is kind of like prerequisite, this series of Canva classes that we'll be doing within the group. And so in 2022, we're going to be creating a Canva course completely for interior designers, and it's going to be an in-depth course teaching you how to do all kinds of documents and presentations for designers. And also it's going to come with several lists and things that you need with in terms of like what things you can create, and also bunch of tips. And so now we'll have not just the graphic design course that I teach, we'll also have the Canva course. So I'm excited about that, and I hope you guys will look out for that. You guys will be one of the first to know. So be excited because you're part of my Facebook group, so you will know. And if you have any questions or want to know anything like specific about Canva, let me know in the comments, and I will be totally willing to talk about it in one of the next videos or in my course. And I'll let you know which one it'll be talked about in. Thank you guys for joining me today. I had so much fun, and I'll see you in the Facebook group. Bye, y'all.